Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Doja Cat and Nicki Minaj just dropped the highly anticipated remix to Doja's song Say So, and it has a lot of people buzzing about it. I do see a lot of fans are excited about the remix. Now, I did hear the original version of this song, and in the original version, Nicki had a different verse. However, Nicki did switch up her verse and made finishing touches at the last minute. And I do believe she did this after hearing Megan Thee Stallion's remix to Savage, because when Beyonce hopped on Savage, she turned the song into a completely different song. And I'm sure Nicki and Doja Cat weren't really expecting that, but Nicki was like, you know what? I have to go back into the studio. We gotta switch up some things. So the song is different. And I have to be honest, I wasn't overwhelmed with this remix. I thought Nicki's verse was a little stronger on the other one, but that's my personal opinion. I know some people may not agree. And Nicki also sang on this song. I actually like Nicki singing on this song in particular because this is a fun pop dance track and Nicki's voice really does fit this song. So I thought Nicki singing was the highlight of this remix. Now, there was a part in the song that did have a lot of people talking. Nicki said this: "Why you talking about who body fake? With all the fillers in your face, you just full of hate. That real blank ain't keeping your dude home. Now you looking silly. That's word to silicone." Now, when Nicki said this, people immediately thought she was talking about Wendy Williams because Nicki and Wendy have been at odds with each other. In fact, Wendy did body shame Nicki.
And can you imagine a burgeoning belly with these burgeoning hips? I mean, the plastic of it all, you know what I mean? And she's gonna have a big belly, and she's short, and she's got the boobs and the hips.
After Wendy made this statement, Nicki did go in on her Queen radio show, and people assumed that she dissed her in the Say So remix because we all know that Wendy has fillers in her face. She can be full of hate sometimes, and her real behind definitely did not keep her husband home because he was out here cheating on her with his longtime side chick. So people assumed that she was talking about Wendy. Obviously, it fits the bill, right? However, Nicki denied talking about Wendy. She said the line ain't about Wendy though. Hashtag Say So remix. So that raised even more questions. Who was Nicki talking about? Because she didn't add that in there for no reason. That was very direct, and it was towards the end of the song, so she made sure that the listeners caught it. Now, some other people thought that she may have been talking about Cardi B. We all know that Nicki and Cardi B don't get along, but I don't think she was talking about Cardi B this time because her lyrics specifically said that real behind ain't keeping your dude home. I think most of us know that Cardi's butt is not real because she did admit that she had butt shots. So this lyric would apply if her butt was real, but since her butt is not considered to be real, I don't think it was directed towards her. Now, there were some other speculations that Nicki could have possibly been talking about Beyonce. Some people speculated that Nicki was responding to Beyonce's verse on Megan Thee Stallion's remix for Savage. Now, Beyonce said in her verse, "Big B, and that B stands for bands. If you want to see some real behind, baby, here's your chance." Now, Nicki said in her verse, "That real behind ain't keeping your dude home. You looking real silly. That's word to silicone." So there are some people who think that Nicki was responding to Beyonce when she said this. And I'll be honest, I don't necessarily believe this. I don't think that Nicki would actually be bold enough to come for Beyonce. I do think that Nicki and Beyonce have a good rapport with one another. They've hung out together, they've worked together, and they even collaborated with each other. So I don't think that Nicki would shade Beyonce because that doesn't sound like something she would be bold enough to do because Beyonce is very powerful in the industry. But then again, I understand why some people think she's shading Beyonce because she did coincidentally switch up her verse after the Savage remix dropped. So it could be that Nicki said this as a response to the song to purposely stir up some controversy. Nicki thrives off of controversial publicity, so this could very well be a PR stunt. Who knows? But I don't think Nicki was talking about Beyonce. And if she was, she would never admit to it. Now, I do want to move on and talk about something that I did find a little interesting. There's a blog named Gossip of the City who caught screenshots of this model named Jasmine Sanders hinting that some engaged celebrity was trying to slide in her DMs. She said, "You gonna regret hitting me up. Trust, it's quarantine. I got time to hit you with the facts. Like, how's your girlfriend? Does your fiance know you sliding in DMs? Chill, you got the wrong one. If we talked and you have moved on, move on. Stop checking on me, cause I'm just sitting here laughing." Now, people were wondering, who is Jasmine Sanders talking about? She did drop hints that the man who was dipping in her DMs is one of her exes, and he's also engaged. Who could this man be? Now, a lot of people were speculating that she was talking about the rapper Jeezy. Apparently, Jasmine and Jeezy did date at one point, allegedly. I saw some pictures floating online of them going out to dinner, but I don't know if that constitutes to them being in a relationship. But people assume that this was the engaged ex that Jasmine was talking about, because Jeezy is currently engaged to Jeannie from the talk show The Real. Now, I have to say, Jasmine could have been talking about anybody, because Jasmine has been linked to several different men in the industry. So we don't know who she's talking about. We don't even know if she's talking about a rapper or athlete or a singer or whoever. She's dated around, so we don't know which ex she's talking about. However, Jeezy is the one that came up the most, because he's the one who's actually engaged. So when Jasmine tweeted this, she did create quite a stir on the blogs. Now, some people were very interested to know who she was talking about, but she deleted her tweet and didn't say who it was. She said, "I love a good post and delete." Someone said, "Who fiance keep DMing you?" She said, "If I wanted y'all to know, I would have tagged his name when I posted it. He saw it, don't worry. He hasn't been hitting me since." So Jasmine didn't say who it was, but I do find it interesting that she didn't deny that it was Jeezy. I think that if she didn't want people to assume that it was Jeezy, she should have said something, but she didn't. So I guess she wanted us to continue to speculate. But if Jeezy was the one who actually was sliding in her DMs, I have to say that's not a good look for him. That's not a good look at all. Now, he probably was just trying to check on her. However, men who are in relationships don't typically slide in their ex's DMs and randomly checks on them in the middle of the night. That is a big red flag. And if Jeannie suspects something, she will definitely be out of the door, because Jeannie has always said that cheating is her deal breaker. But once again, I do want to emphasize that we don't know if Jasmine is talking about Jeezy or not. Jasmine could be talking about anybody, because she has dated different men in the industry. So I don't want to just go out and say, "Oh, Jeezy is trying to cheat on Jeannie." I don't want to do that, because there's not enough evidence to really prove that. Now, the last topic I want to get into is the rapper Chingy admitting to sleeping with the comedian Tiffany Haddish. If you don't know, a few months back, Tiffany Haddish went on Ellen's show and she claimed that she smashed Chingy. Chingy, however, went on Instagram and he was denying that he ever slept with Tiffany Haddish. And I do remember making a video about this, defending Chingy, but after I made that video, Tiffany did respond and say that Chingy was lying. And I never got around to doing an updated video on that, but Chingy did confirm recently that he did actually sleep with Tiffany Haddish, and he confirmed this on the Mike and Donnie show on Fox Soul.
So a couple about 6 months ago, Tiffany Haddish came out on Ellen and basically said that she smashed Chingy.
I actually didn't remember that. I don't remember it still to this day. So I had to call my brother, who I know everything. And so I asked him, I was like, because back then I used to drink his shit, and I was like a bowling ball. I was knocking them down. Woo. I'm talking about knocking them down. So I called him. I was like, "Hey man, did that happen?" He said, "Yeah, that happened." He said, "I was with her friend. You had her one night. Everybody was f***ed up. You was in my room. Then you and her went to your room and whoop-de-whoop." So I said, "It is what it is. It is what it is." So
So after you
Yeah.
denied it and you came out, have you spoken to her? And have
No,
you
I
come
spoke
out?
to her then. I
You
spoke
spoke-
to her when it was going on.
Fences mended, apologies accepted, facts checked. I'm correct. Phone calls received. And I still got the two-way. Don't play.
Okay, so
Tiffany was always. I used to go to comedy shows. We used to go to comedy shows to see her perform. She was on the grind back then, though.
Right.
Tough. Like she was doing her thing back then on the come up, tough, man. And she a friend. She cool as hell. But I just forgot that.
So there you have it. Tiffany was telling the truth the whole time. She and Chingy did smash. But I wish Tiffany never admitted to sleeping with him because that's private business. And not only that, it looks even worse that she slept with him when he was drunk. I know if the roles were reversed, it would be a huge issue. So I wish she never said anything, but she was telling the truth the whole time. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.